This is Monique. I'm actually making this video to help my sister out. She's wanting to do the Marley twists, and I keep telling her that she needs to do them on her own because paying people over $100 to do it is kind of insane. If you decide that you want to pay someone else to do it, by all means do. It's just something that I've decided that I wanted to do on my own, also because I don't have a whole lot of money. So, I wound up having some extra things to do today, and then tomorrow I'm gonna have some things to do. So the hair washing is another thing that is getting done this time around. But normally when I do this fully, which I normally do it during the winter as a protective style, and but I've decided also this summer I might go ahead and try it out just to kind of get my hair off my neck, although my hair isn't that long. Contrary to what's happening here, this is a lot of stretching. But normally the full, the full regimen that I would have done is washing and deep conditioning my hair and kind of drying it out a little bit before I got everything together to twist. So just for those who are watching this, who want to kind of know the products that I use at least to wash my hair, I have so many. Normally if I'm washing, I will use OGX. I have the coconut conditioner and the tea tree mint. I also use the shampoos for them as well because I don't believe there are that many sulfates in it, but it's just kind of a cleanser. I also managed to get in one of the little beauty boxes this Love shampoo, and I got a conditioner that went with it too, and I used that the last time that I washed my hair, which is why my hair is like this. I actually really liked it, so I might have to buy more of it and see how it really reacts to my hair. It says that it's by Davines. It says lovely curl enhancing shampoo for wavy or curly hair. Shampoo, oh, I'm sorry, never mind. It goes in like very different language, like several different languages all at once. It has almond extract in it. And yeah, so there's the little, yay, that little shampoo. Like I said, I use those conditioners. My leave-in conditioner is the Naturally Silk Elegance Deep Conditioner. It's really thick and it's really nourishing, especially after using these shampoos, which I am going to eventually switch because these shampoos and the conditioners leaves my hair feeling really dry and brittle, so I am going to wind up changing that out a bit. But for the deep conditioner, it smells so good. That's what it looks like, and as you can see, it is thick. It is thick. And after I do those, I leave that in for about 5 to 20 minutes depending on what I'm doing. Sometimes if I'm just in the shower, that'll be the point where I do like a full wash or full 2 washes, and then I rinse it out. After that, and this is if I'm going to twist my hair or with those twists, or with just 2-strand twists, or if I'm just doing kind of a wash and go but I'm doing a full wash, then I also follow up with my Cantu, which this actually is a mixture of the last little bit that was left in here and the last little bit that was left in another one. And then they also have an argan oil one, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's a jar of it. I'm gonna have to use it. I'm not made of money. So, also sorry if you hear a random echo. I am in my bathroom, as you can see. Also other things that I have managed to, that I'm using. I have some shea butter, which is good for your ends and in your scalp. Normally if I'm doing like just a quick spritz leave-in conditioner and sealant, I have my Talia Wajid healing oil. It smells amazing, and through using that, I've actually seen quite a bit of growth. So I'm also trying to get my hair to grow a lot more, which means I'm also trying to take care of my body a bit more. Exercise sucks. I also made a lovely little mix of oils, which starts off with, it's almond oil, tea tree oil, olive oil, sorry, grapeseed oil, Jamaican black castor oil, and just kind of mixed together. And another recipe that I found, which you can find on YouTube as well, they do jojoba oil and vitamin E oil, but I don't have those things, and those things are a little bit more expensive, so I'm just working with what I have. So there's that. I'll put all of those in and kind of sit for a little bit before I start twisting. So that's kind of the beginning process of what I do. The products that I use to twist with, or at least my, in this case, I don't know the words that I'm trying to use here, my supplies that I use, you can see that I already have my hair sectioned off into 4 sections, just my hair ties that you would normally use. I don't use it often, but my rat tooth comb I have, my detangling comb, don't ask how, that just broke off one day while I was combing through my hair, and my, it's not a Denman brush, it's just kind of a one that kind of helps. So I use all of that on my hair to kind of get everything started. I normally use my Eco Cocktail, and it has this one, yes it does, Max Hold, if you can see that, Max Hold 10, and olive oil, which always leaves my hair, like, I normally leave it in for about a month or 2, sometimes 3 months, and always whenever I take my hair down, from the first time that I did it until the last time that I've done it, my hair has been super soft afterwards, so this is really good. Unfortunately, it's empty. It is completely empty, and I wasn't able to buy any before I was able to make this, so I am going to try with a different product that I bought that I didn't really like just using on my hair alone, because once I used it throughout the day, it kind of flaked. So hopefully this doesn't do that. If it does, then I'll probably make a note on the video to say don't use it, but it's the Main Choice Crystal Orchid Biotin Infused Styling Gel. So it says natural growth and retention solution, a healthier way to jail. Defines curls and smooth edges, mends detectable damage, stimulates growth, and maximum hold. Infused with biotin, avocado oil, and vitamin E. So there's that for you if you decide that you want to try it. As you can see, it's a pretty large bottle, so like I said, with the argan oil of the Cantu and the rest of my shampoos and conditioners, I'm going to use it until it's gone, because otherwise that's kind of a waste of money. I don't have the money to spend on that. So, yep, that is all of the things that I use. And, oh, sorry. The hair that I use, I get for like $5 at my local beauty supply, and it is the Equal Jamaican Twist braid. It's a softer and easier to braid. Please pardon any of the dust and discoloring on here, because I think this is actually a newer pack that I never opened, or it's a pack that I've opened and I've washed and I've just repacked up, but there you go, just so you can see what it looks like. And I actually have like 2 different colors. This one's 1B. I think the other one is just 1. I can't remember, but it actually kind of matches. For when I first started doing this, it was only a few years after I had gone natural. And if some of you, as some of you know, when you have the relaxers, sometimes it does discolor your hair a little bit. So, you know, if you know synthetic hair, then you know that like 1 is pitch black, 1B has a little bit of brown in it. So that's kind of how that helped with my hair. It still has a little bit of brown left in it. Actually, I think by now probably not, but I still tend to do it. So this is what I use. So I'm going to turn off the video here. Oh, hey, good thing to know on this, 100% Kanekalon, and it's flame retardant. Look at that, flame retardant. Neat. So if somebody's hair catches fire, I'm also not going to catch fire. Good shit. At least up to the fake hair. So I'm going to turn off the video, and when I come back, most of my head will be twisted. I will leave a little bit out so I can show my process. Actually, before I turn off the video, I guess I will discuss the process too. So there are a few different methods of doing that. There's kind of the method where you take the section, you split it, you lay the hair onto your hair and you kind of twist it together, and then you wrap it together. The first time that I did it, I didn't necessarily kind of like the way that it turned out. Like, it gives you that extra movement. It makes it seem like it is truly all of your hair, so you can do whatever with it. I've kind of found that I prefer the braiding method, where you wrap it around the strand and you braid it together. So you'll see that when I come back and when I show you. I also am not doing the full length of hair. I've cut it in half to kind of make a little over shoulder length. I like the really long, but normally I'll do that for winter. This past winter, I went ahead and tried it with it short, and I kind of liked it too. So you can still have the same factor of being able to put your hair in a ponytail and styling it and everything. Another thing is, since they are already kind of separated into their little bundles, one video that I saw when I first started this, and I believe it was Natural85 who originally did it, and so that's where I kind of caught that, and where I kind of learning through the process, I've done it from that strand itself, splitting it in half and using that so you have kind of a thinner twist. So it does make it a little bit easier to style, and so, yeah, it's just kind of a preference depending on what you want. Some people like it really chunky, some people, so you might use 2 or 3 strands. Some people don't, so we split it in half. I will try to post a couple of pictures in between this so you can see how I've done it in the past and what I've done recently and everything. So I'll be back. Okay, so when I originally started my hair, it was about 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, so I wound up getting 3/4 of my head and stopped about midnight and finished this quarter this morning, which, by the way, for me, yesterday it was Saturday, today is Sunday, and it's actually now Sunday morning. So to continue on to show you how I do mine, like you see that I have a bit that I haven't done yet, and these will actually be 2 twists. And so how I do it, like I said before, there's normally like the big strand of hair, and I'm doing mine a bit shorter this time around. So I've basically kind of folded it where the hair was folded in the pack, and I just cut that little bit with my hair shears, so now I have this slightly shorter length hair. So the ways that I've kind of learned how to get everything ready, which, by the way, this hair was not washed from the last time that I did it, but a good way to do it, if you want to reuse the hair, instead of in some of the videos where they show you how to take it out, it starts off with cutting it and then unraveling it, which won't work in my situation because my hair has actually gotten long enough that the half of this little half, normally about to down to here, winds up being all of my hair. So in order to reuse it, you would just wash it in some lukewarm water with a little bit of soap. I think I use a little bit of shampoo. Just hang it up over your shower for overnight, and it'll dry and it'll be ready to use again. So with the hair, whether you're doing it long or you're doing it short like me, I have my strand, and I always give it a good few tugs. This loosens everything up, gets out any particles if you've decided like me not to wash the hair. As you can see, like it went from being pretty tight in there into being a little bit more poofy. And since this strand is one whole strand, it'll get split in half. So I just kind of find a split point, and then I just kind of like work it down through. I've already split off two that I'm going to use for my hair. So I will split off this kind of in a bit of a half. I'm not working to be an exact science with any of this, so deal with what I'm working with here. So I don't have a clip to. It's always good to have a clip to like pull things off to the side. I, however, do not have that. So, okay. So I have my section here. I grab my gel, which, by the way, if you forget what I'm using, there you go. And I slather that crap all over this whole strand of hair. Before I started twisting for this section, like I said before, I didn't get a chance to actually wash my hair because of other circumstances, but I did wash my hair last week, so that kind of helps with that. So what I've just done is just spritzed it with water, put in the Cantu leave-in, and gave it a good comb through, and I'm just working with that. And as you can see, my hair has actually dried out a bit from that. Actually, it's completely dry by this point, but that's because, you know, I'm not drenching my hair. Some videos will say that you should work on straight, wet hair. Some people say dry your hair first because otherwise it'll slip out. I just kind of work with whatever. Normally, if it's after I wash my hair, over time your hair dries, of course. So I will be working with some completely wet hair because I normally start in the back, so that's probably still wet. The front winds up being dry. Nothing has fallen out, ever. The way, at least in the methods that I've done it, from the first time that I've done it up until now, I've never had any hair just slip and fall out. I've had them unravel on me, and I've just had to twist them back down, but, you know. So, okay, so I have my strand. I have my goop. By the way, this stuff smells amazing even though it flakes a lot. So, and the good thing about using this, because it's a gel, is that it does actually protect the hair. And it's really good to use for shingling, but like I said, it once it dries on, it kind of flakes, so I try not to use it. I just always put a little bit extra down at the bottom, at the ends, because, you know, that those sections tend to be the weakest because it's dead hair. Alright, so I have my pre-split. This is what it winds up looking like after you've kind of split it. Also, yeah, so I still give it a little extra tug just in case. And I'll show you this before, and then on the second one I'll try to get up really close to do it. So how I do it is I put it on, I hook it over, and I braid. Some people twist, I just braid. I braid it down a little bit. And because of the gel, it slides, so I wind up kind of doing a little bit of the braid, and then I push it up. This one is apparently not going to go. Okay, I guess. There we go. Okay. Braid it down a little bit further. And then I split my actual hair. And at this point, some people will still actually decide to do a little bit of a twist. I just twist them together like this. And by other twist, I mean twisting like how they would do it, lay it across their hair and do all of that. I'm just twist down. In all honesty, I think as long as you get the hair in, you get it twisted in, and the bottom is secured, you're gonna be fine. I've yet to come across doing this where I've had a hair fall out. That would be embarrassing, but I've yet to have that situation happen. And you will have these moments while you're twisting when you're kind of looking, you're like, oh, well, that's really uneven. So it happens. We just deal with it. So twisting it down. And from separating this, it kind of bunches at the bottom, so sometimes I try to work through it, other times I'll just get to a point and then I'll just cut off the rest and just let it be that. Because they are fibers, so they're going to get tangled and they're going to knot up. They're not going to want to separate, so fibers get pulled and they tear and then they just ravel themselves in a weird way, and that's just, you know, depending on how you pull it. Last night I was being a little bit more gentle with it. This morning I'm just kind of like, you know, I have things to do today and I gotta get this finished, so it won't look bad. It'll look a little bit weird. Come on. Yeah, this is going to get cut, so my trusty shears. And snip that end off. And once you get down to the bottom, I just kind of rub it between my fingers a little bit, and then I also dot a little gel as well and rub that in so it has a little bit of extra staying power. And so there you have it. And toss it back with the rest. And now for the last one, where I will get close. It's gonna be weird because I have my phone recording this sitting on a shelf in my medicine cabinet, because I found out that my computer's camera is crap and I don't have enough camera to really try to record this, at least for now. If I wind up making more videos like this, I will definitely get a better camera situation for us all. So you're gonna see the zoom. Hi. Okay, so we have my hair. Never mind my grace. You get the gel in there. And add a little extra at the end. If you can hear my background, I'm definitely listening to Futurama right now. And, okay, so flip that on there. You have your hook on there. And then I just twist, and then I start braiding. Sorry for the sniffles, I always get a little stuffy in the morning. Make sure that it's up high enough. And I don't really have a point where I just kind of go down maybe half an inch to an inch, depending on where I'm braiding. It's a little bit easier to go a little bit further down in the back because it's really difficult getting in the back anyway, so that makes sure that everything is in place and is going to stay in place. So now you see me twisting. And you saw the length of my hair, so I've just kind of reached the end of my natural hair, and I'm just actually twisting the synthetic hair. And the splitting the strand in half, just you wind up you pull a smaller section, you twist a smaller section. I find doing it that way makes it easier for me to style later on. as opposed to with the thicker ones, you can only do so many. When I first did this and I was splitting some of them in half and I had like the full length hair. At one point I even did Leia buns. So and I'll see if I still have the picture of that. But yeah, it's, before I took them down, I did a bunch of different styles and I took pictures of them so I could at least show them to my friends, and I don't even think they really saw them. So yeah. Okay, and I've reached the end. I still have a little scraggle bits. Okay, so again, just rubbing it through your fingers. And while I'm still holding this with two hands, it's because the tension from twisting it is still there. So once I release it, it'll unravel. It'll not unravel, but you know what I mean. When you twist something and then you let it go, it kind of comes back on you. So that's where I kind of use with the gel. I do that and then I come down so that it covers all the bits, and there you have it. Nice and twisted, and to take down the rest so you can see it, and I will unzoom. Okay, and there you have it. I've twisted. I've watched several episodes of Steven Universe. I'm currently watching Futurama, and yeah. Now I can go along with my day. I will probably throw this into pigtails because I can, because why not? I'm not at work. And just so you can also see, I can also throw it off to the side. And one of the reasons why people do the twist method versus the braiding is that it does make it a little bit easier for the hair to move and to style sometimes, but this is preference. So it still looks almost the same unless you look really, really closely. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to get it to do what you want, only because sometimes when you're twisting, you wind up twisting it at an angle as opposed to straight out, so the hair winds up kind of sitting in a weird way. But I can still rock this style, and no one's really gonna say your hair looks weird. Unless you guys do, then whatever. So I have that, and you can see the back. I can't really know what that looks like because I don't have a mirror to go with it. But yeah, you can still see it's just past shoulder length, which is fine. I like that. Yeah. The other one, as if you've done the style before with the full length of hair, it definitely comes down like to the middle of the back, but it's also heavier. This is another reason why I do it this way, and I kind of split it into two. It makes it a little bit lighter on the head, so it's not pulling your hair as much, which is my sister's problem. So hopefully this helps her. Hopefully this is a good option for you to try, and that's all I have. If you have any suggestions on any other videos that you would like to see me do, I would be happy to give it the good old college try. And yep, so that's me, that's my process, and thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.